Wij gaan weer door met ons onderzoek. Te beginnen hier bij de auto, want dan kunnen we wel wat dingen doen bij de auto. Hij heeft namelijk een telefoon al hier.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and
Lekker
the
hoor,
soft
hoop
glow
spullen.
of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice
Goed geluid.
comes to life with a whiny growl. Like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Oké, dan doen we dat.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations.
Micro perforations.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kinema's headlights.
Let me see. Right here.
Lekker hoor.
No, it does not.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. You count 216 perforations.
Lekker hoor.
Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you, though you can't say why, precisely. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Bijzonder.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record.
Breakthrough imminent
Officers
stond er.
often do.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases.
216, ja.
Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right, those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean,
Ja, wij zijn geen moordenaren.
there are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes. Everyone has their own method of coping, some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
Ja, dat is waar. Dat is waar.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Oké. Statistics. Dit is mijn profiel. Ik ben Boring Cop 2. Oh ja, hier. People killed. Ja, lekker. Read the watermarks. Ik heb ook weer een gedachte.
Lonesome. Long
Ah,
way
er is iets
home.
klaar.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market. Past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake. The
Learning
frozen eye
cap.
at the
Raised
center.
to 5. Perception. Even kijken, waar zit perception in mijn ding? Hier moet ik dan kijken. Perception. Bij motorics. Daar ben ik ook best wel hoog in. Dus dat is goed om te hebben, denk ik. Ja. Nou, we kunnen nog meer in die auto. We kunnen nog een beetje bellen.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation. The smell of freshly treated leather.
Wij kennen deze
A lack
auto.
of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in the cup holder. All seem to be whispering, I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner.
Morale critical. Heal yourself.
Despair creeps into you,
Ah,
getting fat on your weakness. Whatever
Gaat
noble
niet goed met
intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so much distrust and outright hatred.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned.
wat? Oké, dat moeten we dus niet doen, blijkbaar. Even kijken waar ik dan nu ben.
This must be the in the cabin. You
Oh,
are
ben weer
welcome
helemaal
with a set
hier.
of steering levers, a scent of leather.
Dit hadden we al gedaan.
Alright,
The dashboard like a leopard. The lights unfold.
there you go.
En dit
I'll
hadden we al
turn them
gedaan.
off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the...
Lekker hoor. Daarom moet je af en toe ook quick
As you
save.
hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp.
There she is.
Around the borders of the watermark, the rectangular watermark is over.
Let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
There are many of them. The first row, the next, you count. The last row, that's it.
Those are perfect.
Alpha male.
The first row represents your years of service. 8. No shit. This next row.
Doe gewoon hetzelfde als
more than
net.
200. It's quite a lot. Even for someone who's right. Those foreigners, they are but it seems as though you are. Yes. Everyone. Personally, I find it helps to keep up with this and that. Why not gardening?
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go to...
You can now see your statistics
You can now see your statistics on the journal page.
Lonesome. Long way home.
Ja, en we hebben dit erbij gekregen. Dat hadden we ook al gezien. Accept. Hier hebben we de statistics erbij gekregen aan de rechterkant. Even quick saven. Voordat we verder gaan met wat we net ook deden.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a puller as you tap.
Now, that's
hadden we
enough
net ook
fun
al
with the
gedaan.
foldable headlights.
A metallic
The
drill
toolbox.
slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand.
Ja,
Heavier
handig.
than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts. It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The frequency
Nou, dat
tablet
is wat mensen
lights
gaan
up,
bellen.
and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button
Ah.
catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Even bellen met Sylvie.
Lieutenant Gitsaragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
Sylvie Malaika.
Hello?
Is dat die vrouw uit die kamer?
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? No? Not me? No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around
Copper
here.
thieves take the
Companies
wires.
take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
Oké.
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom?
Oké.
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir. Clogging it.
Zij heeft het in de
completely.
prullenbak gegooid.
After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective? No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was
Oké, zij weet van
terrified
niks.
of the stench and the corpse. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Empathy hebben we niet zo. Ja.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like God. You know women and their constant problems. Yak, yak, nag, nag. That's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire.
Wat?
Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore? You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got
We worden hier door ons
control.
onderbewustzijn
And go and have a little boys talk
aangepraat
with
om
God. Think you
geweld
can do
te
that,
onderhouden.
Lieutenant Love.
Refuse the love quest. Ja, we willen geen liefde.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
Hebben we nog iets?
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st, come in, over.
Jules Pidieu.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status, over? 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain, over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen. Harry heten wij toch?
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He's asking you to stop, says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Vicmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. Over. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit
Your
of your
skill point.
misplaced
Lekker hoor.
badge. Over.
Track down your badge.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard
Lekker
to
hoor.
think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't.
New
Nou,
height.
wat hebben we nog meer?
Ask him. Ask him.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone.
Lekker
Your
hoor.
gun is most definitely gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying over the phone? It's easy.
Lekker hoor.
Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but
What does he want now?
he's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
Oké.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Oké.
Anything else, sir? Over. Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be
We
smart
weten al dat hij
about
daar niet
this.
alleen is.
Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
What? What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian
ja.
Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over. 10-4, well, that's,
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCN.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting
Ja, we
time
gaan hier
and
niks
be
van
a
leren,
goddamn
lijkt het.
policeman for a change.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vikmar says... So, was there anything else? 10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over. Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over.
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Oké.
10. Excuse me, sir. Over. No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed... Understood, sir.
Oké.
Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over.
Dan zijn we klaar bij de auto. Dan heb ik een aantal dingen gevonden. Ik heb namelijk een pry bar. Ik heb een chain cutters en een flashlight. Ik heb ook nieuwe informatie. En ik heb een skill point. Perception. Let no detail. Ja, dat lijkt me wel handig. Ik heb ook nog wat nieuws op mijn map. Pile of Eternité. Sleeping Dog Worker. Mirror. Oh ja, dat zijn allemaal dingen die we gevonden hebben. Wat is dit? Hier is nog een prullenbak.
This Postlavantorie
Een brievenbus.
box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan,
Lekker hoor.
Mankind, be vigilant. The box seems happy. Each ship
The
pig,
box seem
fucked
happy.
by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you.
Oké. Hier staan nog wat dingen. Er staat daar ook een... Dat is een kind. Een boekwinkel is het. Een boek over paté. Kijken of dat meisje ons iets interessants kan vertellen.
Hello, sir. Step right in.
Annette.
The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Books, postcards, easy. Even a kid would know all of this. Don't be a fool As an expert, it's your duty to tell what you know to everyone.
Sir, are you okay? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer
There you go.
any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store.
Plaisance.
She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
Lekker hoor.
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Okay.
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get
Ja, je
ahead
moeder
in
heeft
life.
wel
You
verstand van
succeed.
werk, hoe het werkt.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir. Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar.
Er is
Don't
iets
really know
gaande.
what's there.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were asking about famous people.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
Oké.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look
Mullen.
like Dick Mullen. Head, yes.
No, your mind. Not head, child. Heads.
No, he's wicked smart in the stories. Like you, sir, of course. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you.
Nou,
Maybe
zij heeft
you
wel
can
vertrouwen
show
in
me
ons,
some
dat
real
scheelt.
police work, sir. Like in the books.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails
Dat is een nagel
frayed,
bijten.
nearly chewed down to the flesh.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
Lekker hoor.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that. You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Because you usually aren't.
Ah.
I sure hope you are, sir.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring
Wat
breeze.
XP'tjes meegepakt
She smiles
met
at you.
dit
The
interview.
whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow. There's something you're missing.
8% kans op succes. Ja, dat gaat dan niet lukken.
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though. That's a friendly enough face, most of the time.
8% kans op succes. Ja, dat
You have
gaat niet
absolutely
lukken.
no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
Ja. Een net. We kunnen hier dan ook naar binnen. Maar we zijn met onze zaak bezig, hè. Gift books, molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere. Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from maybe 100. Man from not even close. Man
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Blood and violence.
We hebben deze vrouw gesproken in die
epic
flat.
narratives. All those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do. At last, someone sensible. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall Man, the man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Ik heb geen geld.
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows
The
on
devil
wall.
woman.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Maar goed, dat kost alsnog 9 en dat heb ik niet. Want ik ben een skere man.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types and endless variety of source books. There's also a lot of books in a board game section. Who wants to read books? There's a box that says, well, that price
Board
is
games. Dat kan ik ook niet betalen.
Wonderful board. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole. Don't be hard on yourself, sir. For playing with friends, I'd recommend lousy auras. I've heard they turn people into a cult and.
Kunnen we ook niet betalen. Misschien moet ik inderdaad eerst wat meer onderzoek doen.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. A couple of
Dick
spooky
Mullen.
novels hide amidst all the crime fiction. These books, what's more, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the... You see, Dick Mullen on the
Lekker,
job.
hoor.
A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. Yes, tragedy called... Wait a minute. All this told us nothing about who Dick Mullen actually is.
Precies.
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence. Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere. Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving... Yes, it is. The bulge in your pants is... Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this...
Something the matter, detective?
The lieutenant nods. You think you detect the faintest trace of a grin on his face.
Kan ik
but
ook
you
niet
can't say for
betalen.
certain.
Ik ben een
crime,
skere man.
a police officer.
Note: reading about Dick Mullen would not actually.
Nou, dan hebben we hier nog een
The
boekenkast.
plaque on the shelf reads: browsing through all the books, suddenly a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads High Speed Love. Next to Irv's like next to that.
I really must. I'm
Een rij
sorry,
met
I did
boeken.
not mean to rush you. I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, a very influential. The book is also very daring. The author aims to. Certainly, it's prudent for a.
Kost ook weer 4,7. Hier was een gedachte nog. Toen ik hier liep. Oh, nu niet meer. Dat had ik net moeten pakken. Wat zijn dit? Papieren.
Several maps have been
Maps.
attached to a. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of this large map. Ozon, disintegrating into mathematics. You can. 850. The ocean breaks apart. You have little idea.
Zo leren we wat meer over de map,
To
hè?
the east, Hudon. It's not still. It's detailed.
I'm sorry, officer. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents. That old thing. It's an out of date from when some.
The place does not look like a.
They didn't get that far. For some reason. A shame. The project.
Kan ik ook niet betalen, want ik ben een skere man.
This bookstore is not strictly amidst the various books. These three things are the point of the book. It serves platted wholeness, unit. When it's up to your mind, the book features There's even a chapter on the.
I can't have you end up.
Nee. Tot zover. En dan gaan we even praten. Oh, hier is wel een gedachte. Even met die bookkeeper praten. Misschien wel over de curse die hier is.
Welcome to crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Ga niet bietsen om geld.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her
Zeker
job
weten,
like
ze
a
deed haar
proper
werk.
girl? Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
Ah.
As a young girl should be, with the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future. God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life. She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing.
Deze vrouw is een
pains.
strenge moeder.
Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologise. She must be freezing out there. There. I
Lekker
don't know
hoor.
what to say to you. My husband
Gaan we XP voor.
tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress. Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne. It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know
Pure wijk.
it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure. He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Super silent, almost inaudibly so.
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look
You
like
don't
a
look
father,
like a father.
so I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand. She's been too busy helping me here, so she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into. The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Goodness, you were already doing good. Browsing the... Everything is on the shelves. Everything is on the shelves.
She smiles and nods.
Kan ik hier naartoe?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks and straw.
Een of andere behekst ding. Misschien wel van die keurs.
Empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Île de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Opentrekken? Ja. Nee. Eerst 7, dan
The
opentrekken.
curtains, tattered with age. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow
Unleash
that.
the powers.
You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Thank you. Let's just talk about...
Talking is always good. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before
Rip
you.
them apart,
as if
this
taunting
time for
you.
real.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back,
omen.
covered in...
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. Dat is ook een gedachte.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It is only an echo. A hollowed-out, dark echo.
Oh, we hebben de deur geopend.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one...
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Gaan we dat nog meer HP kosten? Nee, we komen wel naar binnen. Een gym. Een shotputball.
A barbell lies on the floor. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating.
Oké. Het is een verdwaalde gym. Old window panes and debris. Ik kan hier ook niet in verder. Hier kon ik eerst niet naar kijken. Het meisje zit nu ook binnen. We kunnen waarschijnlijk niet meer met de shopkeeper praten nu.
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop. I suppose it's all over now. Just a door? This place, I hope you're happy now.
Host Almighty, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the...
Of course you didn't. You're nothing. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We
The
are set on
doomed
the
commercial
path. There's
area.
little else to do.
Her facade has dropped. Now you see the curiosity behind the fear.
But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity? Yes, the malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the shape of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she knows more about the curse than she lets on ever since I first saw her. No, this chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask... Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the curse. It's the curse of financial distress. Everyone knows that all the previous... There's something wrong with this building. It's not good to talk about the curse.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Yes, I've contacted... The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us. Oh, this? No, it's a special... There are numerous spells.
Desert pygmy shamans. Doesn't seem like the
Desert
spells working.
pygmy shamans.
There are no customers around except you.
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid. My voice is trained to perfection by true sales professionals, good sir. Too much money, even. Perhaps, yes, the Simonese are very...
The woman looks aloof.
Nou, meer hebben we dan niet voor jou. We kunnen wel dat meisje nog even ondervragen. Die zit nu lekker binnen.
Sir. I can't talk right now.
Out of the rain and into the gutter.
Math. It's really difficult. Oh, I
Wiskunde.
found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out.
Dick Mullen's
Not
hat.
me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does. Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there. Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
You have absolutely no idea.
Oké, ik heb nu een hoed gekregen. Die kunnen we ook opzetten. Een shotputbal is 13 euro waard. En dat is misschien nog wel de moeite. Maar goed, waar kunnen we dingen verkopen? Dat weten we niet. Hier zijn straatnaamborden. To roundabout nog. Martinez Pier. If you had a bag, you could sell
This
them.
coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onak written on the other side.
Kuno.
With N and C. That's Kuno on the lens.
Ja, dat is die jongen, die vervelende
Under the
jongen.
graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. You know this to be the star of Perikinesis. Or around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice.
En die andere viewfinder, kunnen we die ook nog bekijken? Ja.
This coin-operated viewer, why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
There was a revitalization. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that. We should have done something about...
Your money disappears into the coin slot. The curtains on the display open. The lenses shift. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to look it up.
Nou, dat was misschien wel een muntje waard, we weten het niet. Waar leidt dit naartoe? Is er een vogel?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Why am I looking at this wall? Nou, dan vraag je me wat. Geld en pillen. Ah, we zijn aan de andere kant.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out, trying to snuff me out. Then why are you sneaking up on me like that?
Oké. Hier is nog een deur. Een bakje, kunnen we in kijken. Een orange bum hat. A closed door. Daar kunnen we niet in. Dan is hier ook nog een andere deur.
There must be another way to the building.
Oeh, creepy. Het lijkt erop dat we dan hier inderdaad ook alles gevonden hebben. Dan gaan we dan toch maar naar ons lichaam. Om even wat daadwerkelijk werk te verrichten. Wacht, hier staat iemand. Yellow plastic bag. Daar kan ik die flessen mee pakken, of niet? Nee. Tools. Dus 1 reaction speed. Nee, lekker met mijn detective hoed oplopen. Hier zit nog een gat in de muur. Er zit geld in. Splatter of bullet holes. Inoperable. Hier zijn nog mensen. Zijn die aan het werk, lijkt het?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please,
Let's just try to enjoy the game, alright? I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined.
Could the objective of the game be to throw them?
Ah, mon Dieu. I hope you
Petanque.
pass out.
Trying to throw something as close to a predetermined point. Shush.
Ja, petanque.
Ignore
Letten.
them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself. Doesn't matter what team. Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
No, de game is petanque. -1. Minder kans.
Sure, officer. I am René Arnaud, and my special... Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Yes. It was left by heavy
artillery fire.
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital in... Sadly, no. Should have fought...
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
This place is a damn beachhead, son. Yes. The mountainous was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. This here is blood ground. You got
Blood
all
ground.
René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already. Don't get me wrong, officer. I damn right the rest of... Well, you don't even be...
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
I'm sorry it had to be them. I would have instead. This is just what the commies wanted. This was the plan all along. A true king
Guillaume.
of
Some manner of self-deceit.
damn frisk.
He slouches as he says that.
This was René's... It's no use talking to
Ja,
you.
wel weer wat geleerd, hè?
Unfortunately, I don't. In Martinez, the union is the law. Cop is a pejorative term.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
If I knew, I...
It is true, sire. He knows nothing. All you observe,
Right.
This is the union. Don't you mean frisk? You do not...
there's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't.
Bedankt voor jullie tijd. Ik wil niet jullie spel onderbreken. Wat is dit voor bankje? Ik heb een gedachte.
The worn and beaten.
Een aardbeving.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when...
En hier is onze auto. Nou, dan gaan wij hier maar weer even afronden. En dan gaan wij in de volgende video weer met ons lichaam bezig. Find a way in. Ik heb allemaal dingen hier gevonden. René, Arnoux. Ja, Annette. Dit zijn allemaal mensen die wij gevonden hebben. Waar we op dit moment niks mee kunnen. Ik zie ook dat ik damage heb. Hier, damage heb ik. Kan ik daar wat mee? Denk het niet. Zie je dat? Oh, healed health plus 1. Charges. Ah, hebben wij gedaan. Hier even checkpointen. Volgende video terug naar de crime scene. Dus graag tot dan.